ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob. Joining me today from LAX Fan Fest is the one, the only Viva Van. Viva Van, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing?
It's good, man. I saw that you had a steady line of people coming to visit you at LAX Fan Fest. It's really cool, and I'm glad to have you on the show.
Aw, thank you for having me.
How's everything been so far?
Everything's been good. Just grinding, just trying to get out there.
Dude, you're everywhere. You've been at, I've seen you at Knokx Pro, AAA, AEW, Impact Wrestling, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and PCW. There's nowhere that you're not making a killing right now. I see you doing your thing in Vegas. But how did you first fall in love with wrestling? Like, what made you decide this is what you want to do?
Well, I've been a huge fan of it since I was a kid, and what got me into the profession was I was just in college, and I thought to myself, this is something I really want to do for the rest of my life. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to look up the nearest wrestling school and give it a shot, and that's how I started.
And you started at Knokx Pro, right?
I started at Santino Bros, and then eventually I went to Knokx Pro.
And how are things at Knokx Pro for you?
Knokx Pro is great. I love it. It's my home.
Yeah, I mean, you were kicking butt there. I mean, the Knokx Pro training, I'm sure you got to be trained with Rikishi, and it's just a world-renowned school. Like, that's so cool that you come to Knokx Pro to get your start.
Yes.
And pretty quickly you become the PCW Ultralight champion. What was that like for that grind for you to get it in and finally become champ?
It's been really rewarding because I've been working at PCW. I think I've been there for about 5 years now. So I've seen the women's division pretty much start from the ground up. And to finally be the women's champion there, it's actually very fulfilling because it's almost a dream. It's a dream come true because I've always looked up to, like when Tessa was there, all the women before me that was in that stage. I always wanted to be there, and now I'm finally there.
Yeah, I mean, PCW is I feel like our hometowns, Los Angeles is Southern California's major promotion. So to see you become a champion there is so cool. And I mean, I think you're also the first Vietnamese female pro wrestler as well.
Yes.
What was that like to be, what does that mean to you and, to be able to have that title and to carry that?
To carry that title, it's scary because it's a lot of pressure because there hasn't been anyone that has done it before. And that means breaking down doors, breaking down barriers, and bringing attention to this. So it's an honor because obviously it's different to be the first of something, but it's scary as in being the first to do something because you don't know if you'll be able to get to do it. But hopefully whatever impact I make will make ways for people after me.
That's really cool, and I mean, you're right, you're the first to do it, so sometimes you can't look to see maybe what the next move is or the guidance, but as someone who's doing it on their own, I commend you because you're kicking butt out here, dude. I see you just graduated college. Look at you. How was that to get your honors or whatever it is, the title?
Yeah, it's very fulfilling to finally finish school, and also I don't have to worry about going to school anymore. I can just focus on wrestling now. But no, it's good though. It's good because I have a backup, in case things don't. I don't want to say things won't work out in wrestling, but I have a backup. That's what I went to college for in marketing, and I'm very happy with the decision I made.
Dude, you're doing it all. I mean, to graduate college, be champ on the weekends, you know what I mean? You're grinding. It's like every weekend you're somewhere getting it in, so I commend you.
Thank you.
I mean, I've seen you at AEW recently. You did the match against Chris Stratlander. You had Nyla Rose last year. And then you also had Mercedes Martinez, I think, just last week.
Yeah.
What is it like for you to, what was the process of going to AEW and, getting those matches in?
The process of going to AEW, it took a while to get there.
Oh, yeah.
But once finally got there, I'm so grateful and happy that I'm finally in and get the opportunity that I do. I try my best to showcase what I can, and I hope to keep getting invited back.
Yeah, very cool. Who do you think was your most difficult opponent there out of the three?
I'd probably say the champ, Mercedes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
She's the champ.
Dude, that's a high-profile match for you. That's really cool. And I've heard, there's nothing ever wrong with losing to the champ. That's the best of the best, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know you want it, but I'm sure you'll get there one day for sure.
One day.
I mean, who are your favorite opponents that you've had? Because, I mean, you've been in the ring with a lot of people, dude. You're out here. You're at every promotion everywhere.
Yeah, my favorite opponent probably would have to be... I have a lot of favorite opponents, but my first one that pops into my head is Taya Valkyrie. It was a lot of fun working her at Prestige, and I would love to have a rematch with her maybe in AAA one day.
That's cool. That was kind of recent too, maybe 2-3 months ago, right?
Yeah, back in February.
And she's an incredible wrestler.
She is.
And I know that you kind of had been making, or you've done some AAA kind of recently too.
I have,
so
yes.
I think it'd be very cool to see you guys, south of the border, party it down.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely would love to go head to head with Taya again. And dream opponents, I mean, I just watched Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing. So, I mean, Thunder is someone I would love to have a rematch with, but another dream opponent of mine is Serena Deeb.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Thunder Rosa, I think, I know you guys have wrestled before, but I think a rematch now at this point.
Rematch now, yeah, because like we have both grown so much since that match with Thunder. We're completely different wrestlers now, so I think that we can definitely give it a go. But Serena Deeb is like my new dream opponent.
You guys will tear down the house for sure.
Yeah.
But you also, outside of wrestling, you also listen to heavy metal too?
I do. I listen to death metal.
Oh, okay.
Heavy metal too. Yeah, I love it all. Metal. Metal's
cool.
Metal.
Were you in a band, rocking the band?
I was in a death metal band, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's very cool. How did you fall in love with metal?
A friend introduced the music to me in high school and took me to my first Black Castle show. If you're a metalhead in LA, you know the Black Castle is where it was at. I don't think it's around anymore, but yeah. And that's how I fell in love with it.
Very cool. And you're also doing the makeup thing too?
Yes, I am.
I don't know enough about makeup, so my question is just makeup. So what can you tell us about that?
I do have a vegan cosmetic line called Hellbent Glam, which I learned to start up from marketing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I started doing in the middle of the pandemic because wrestling wasn't happening. So I decided to do what I learned from school and got it going.
Yeah, dude, you're killing it.
Thank you.
I mean, going back to wrestling, what do you think about the current wrestling landscape now? I feel like with AEW, there's a lot more competition now, and just all the other promotions have been given a raise because of what's been going on. But what do you think about the current wrestling landscape as someone who's right in it at the perfect peak of her career?
Yeah, women's wrestling is at an all-time high right now, and I'm super thankful for it. But now I'm really, really trying to push for Southeast Asian wrestlers. We don't get enough attention. There isn't enough Southeast Asian wrestlers in either WWE or AEW. Because I don't want people to keep thinking that whenever they think of an Asian wrestler, they only think of Japanese or Chinese. There's so much more, and there's a lot of us, and we're here, and we can go.
That's cool, dude. I'm glad that you're championing that, and really giving it a go because you're, like I said, you're the first to do it, man. So I commend you.
Thank you so much.
Cool. So where can people follow you on social media and any shout outs and what matches do you have coming up?
You can follow me at Hellbent Vixen, and my next match is actually tonight at Glam in Oakland, California.
Oh, wow. Very cool. I love it.
So I'm going to be hopping on a plane right after this event's done.
Oh, my God. Look what I said. You're always getting it, dude. So I commend you, dude. You're getting it in. Thank you so much, Viva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
That was my interview with Viva Van. I am Heartthrob Rob, and if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And
with the K.
Today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.